Dear respected Thầy, dear brothers, sisters, and dear friends, today is the 22nd July, the year 2018. We are in the Assembly Star Meditation Hall of the Dharma Netta Temple, Low Hamlet. We are on the first day of the third week of the summer retreat. So welcome to Low Hamlet for the first day of the third week of the summer. I hope that you slept well last night. Did you sleep well last night? So. Did you smile when you wake up? Yes. If it's yes, so you can reward yourself with a smile. And if not, you can smile to yourself now. Don't wait until tomorrow to wake up to smile. You can smile to yourself now, and you can maintain your smile as long as you can. And during the day, you can smile to yourself in any moment, anywhere, with any person, with any trees, with anything around us. Our teacher used to say that when we come to Plum Village, we have to learn at least 3 things: smile, breath, and step. So if you come to Plum Village and you don't learn how to smile, you don't learn how to walk mindfully, you don't learn how to breathe mindfully, so you cannot say that you come to Plum Village already. So at least 3 things we have to learn when we are in Plum Village. Some people say that it's really difficult for me to smile. How can I smile when I have a lot of suffering? When I don't feel joy, I don't feel happy at all. Why I can smile? So I would like to invite you to go back when we were a child. I hope that everyone here know how to bike, right? And we enjoy to bike. And we remember the first day when we practiced to bike, we were not balanced at all. It's so difficult to keep ourselves balanced in the bike. And sometimes we fell down, sometimes we hurt ourselves, and sometimes ourselves were splitting. But still, we keep practicing until we can bike happily. And we can bike everywhere. Some people can bike from this country to another country, and they can bike all over the world. So it is the same with the practice of smile. At the beginning, may some of you have the difficult moment to smile, but just keep practicing. And slowly you can smile to yourself. When you wake up, when you look at yourself into the mirror, when you are happy, when you are joyful, and even when we are suffer, we can smile to ourselves. When we are angry, we can smile to our anger. As a monastic, when we wake up in the morning, we smile to ourselves. It is the first thing we do. Before we step on the floor, we smile to ourselves. And we say, waking up this morning, I smile. There are 24 brand new hours before me. I vow to live deeply in each moment and look at all beings with compassionate eyes. So tomorrow, when you wake up, the first thing you do is to smile to yourself. You don't need to rush, you don't need to hurry to go to the bathroom. Here at Plum Village, we are very luxury. We take a lot of time to wake up. And we have at least 30 minutes before we do sitting meditation. So we don't need to rush, we don't need to hurry. To take time to smile to ourselves. If tomorrow when you wake up and you forget to smile to yourself, and you go to the bathroom and suddenly you remember that you forget to smile to yourself when you wake up, so I suggest that you go to your bed again and pretend that you just wake up and smile to yourself. And we train ourselves. Don't be afraid that the people will smile at you, because everyone who come here to just for practice. So we train ourselves. And if we train ourselves and we have the good happy energy, the next day we can smile to ourselves when we wake up. It is the way I train myself. I remember that the first day, I really want to smile when I wake up, but I forgot it. And I say to myself, tomorrow I will smile to myself. But the next day I also forget it. And next day I also forgot it. So I commit to myself that if I cannot smile, I have to go back to the bed again to smile. And I did exactly like that. Go back to my bed, pretend that I just wake up and smile to myself. And certainly the day after, I remember right away why I woke up and smiled to myself. And slowly, slowly, you can smile to yourself when you suffer, when you are angry. In any situation, whatever happened with yourself, you can smile. And you can smile to your children. You can smile to your partner, to your husband, your wife, even when you have the difficult moments. Our body very wonderful. We can go back to our body to take good care of our body, to relax our whole body, to enjoy our breathing. One day I felt that we can breathe at whole body. I was so happy. The moment we feel, the moment we experience, not the moment we hear. We may hear a lot, but we don't experience. But the moment when we experience, we are very happy. Because the air goes through our body, not only by nostril to the lung, but the air can go through every hair pore in our body and go deep into every muscle, every cell in our body, go deep into our blood, go deep into our bone, go deep into our marrow, and make our whole body relaxed. And we feel, we experience that we breathe as whole body. Very simple like that. But after 10 years of practice, I just experienced that. So now, if you can breathe as whole body, you can say for 10 years. And one day I discovered that our whole body can smile. We say that we smile to our whole body, but our whole body can smile. And also the day when I experienced that our whole body can smile, I was so happy. And to sit there to enjoy my happiness, to sit there to enjoy our whole body, my whole body smiling. Our finger can smile, our face can smile, our shoulders can smile, our heart can smile, and our toes can smile also. and I feel so happy. Today, I would like to share with you about the relationship between parents and children. It is the subject of my sharing today. So I would like to know how many of you come here as a family. You have the children here. Please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. There are many. We are lucky that everyone has our parents. Some of us have the children and some we don't have the children, but everyone has our parents. I would like to tell you about my parents, my childhood. When I was a child, my father made the schedule for me, for the children in the family. So what time we woke up in the morning, and we did sitting meditation together when I was a child, sit on the big bed. I don't remember how long, but I remember the image that we sat together. And after that, we did the household delight in our capacity. Like for me, I fed the chicken and count how many chicken we have every day. My brother fold up the mosquito net and blanket for everyone. My sister sweep the yard. My father prepared the breakfast. And then everyone do different tasks. And then we ate breakfast together before we went to school. And after school, we have lunch together. And after that, we took a nap. And after nap, we did the homework, etc., until we went to sleep. And when I was 4 or 5 years old, I had my younger sister, and my mom took care of my younger sister, and my daddy took care of me. And he helped me to sleep. He used to tell me some story before I fell to sleep. So at the same, when we took a nap, my father also told me some story. But sometimes I couldn't take a nap. I couldn't sleep. I toss and turn. And my father said that, look at on the roof to watch the movie. And I look at to the roof. The roof of my house at that moment was made of metal sheets. And on the metal sheets there are many tiny holes. And when the rain came, the water fell down. So it is why my father used the white plastic sheet to spread out to cover the roof to prevent the rain pour down on the bed. And outside of my house there was a big tree, and there were many branches cover the roof. And when the sun comes, it reflects the shade on the sheet. And when the wind came, it made the shade moving. And my father said that it is a movie, watch the movie. I was born 1 year just after the war in Vietnam. So at that moment, my country was very poor. I didn't know what was the film is, What was the film? I didn't know. There was no television at that moment. So my daddy said that it was a film. Look at the film. And I watched the film until my eyes was tired. And I fell asleep. And one day he asked me, "Watch the film." And I said to him that, "No, there was no film today." And he said that, "There, it was the film." I said, "No, why the film didn't run?" Because for me, the film has to run. And because that day there was no wind. So it is why the shade didn't move. And when the shade didn't move, I thought that there was no film. So it is why my daddy go out to climb up to the tree and shook the branches. And he asked me, "Did you see the film yet?" I say, "Yes." And I watched the movie until I slept. And every time I remember that, I was so happy. I was so happy. And it is the memory I remember the most. Of course, I have many beautiful memory, but that I couldn't tell you every memory that I have with my parents. So whatever the parents did for the children never lost. They will remember forever. And I also remember forever. It is a beautiful past. Our teacher used to say that we have to create our beautiful past. Because every time we think of our past, we are so happy. And if we didn't have the beautiful past, we can create the beautiful past in the present moment. So if we live this moment deeply, so tomorrow this moment become the beautiful moment. This moment become the beautiful past. So I hope that during this week, you can live in such a way that every time you think of the time you are in Plum Village, you are so happy. Your children so happy. So it is a way we create the beautiful past in the present moment. I remember that in the summer, my father took turn to take me, my brother and sister to visit my aunt and my uncle. And it took about 10 or 12 or 15 hours to get there. And we went by car or sometimes by train. And I used to sleep on the train and on the car. But when we passed by the beautiful places, the scenery, he always woke me up to look at the beautiful scenery outside of the car or the train. Look at there, the beautiful river. Look at there, the beautiful mountain. Look at there, the beautiful bridge. And I woke up, stared outside to look at the beautiful river. But I didn't remember much about the river, the mountain, the bridge, but remember the image that my daddy woke me up. And now I enjoy the nature. I enjoy seeing the beach, the mountain, the river, thanks to my daddy. think that everyone has had a beautiful memory, but sometimes we are busy and we don't remember our childhood. So we can remember our childhood to nourish ourselves again, and we can do it for our children. Of course, living together, take care of each other, sometimes we have some difficult moment. Nowadays, the life is so busy, and sometimes we don't have the time to take care of our children. And we let the electronic devices to take care of our children. Is it your case? Yes. We let our children watch the television. We let our children play game because we don't have time for them. And slowly, they don't know how to communicate with people because they just watch TV, they just play game, they don't know how to communicate. And slowly, they become isolated. They become lonely. So we have to organize in such a way that we have time for our children. And we have to respect our children. We have to respect the different point of view of our children, and let our children be free. I remember that when my daddy gave me advice and gave me many solutions, and he said that it's up to you to choose. So I have tendency to follow what he wished me to do. But when he say that you have to do this, you have to do that, I have tendency to do in the opposite way. Because from deep here in our heart, everyone wants to be free. And when we are free, we want to do the good thing. I think that everyone wants to do the good thing. But because when we feel to be imposed, we don't want to. We want to do in the opposite way. To punish our parents, to force us to do like this, to do like that. So you may give your children freedom to choose. You can give them advice. You can give them many solutions and let them choose. They will choose the good way to go. Our children are very smart. They know what they want to do. They know what they should do and what they shouldn't do. So we don't put the pressure on our children. On our children, they also have a lot of pressure when they go to school already. And when they go home, we create an atmosphere in such a way that they feel free, they feel joyful, and they feel happy. Some children, they do suicide because they have a lot of pressure. At the school, they have to do many things. And when they go home, they have to do homework. And if their parents don't understand them, their parents expect them too much. You have to be the best student in the school. You have to go to this university, that university. So you make your children worry so much. And sometimes they didn't know what to do. And they just suicide. And it is too late to discover that. So we may choose happiness and joy. Sometimes we don't need number one. You just be happy. It's already a lot. Sometimes we have to tell our children like that. In our daily life, if we don't pay attention, we will cause our children suffer a lot. We compare our children with other people. You are not good at the other person. You are not good at your friends. You are not humble at your friend. You don't know how to communicate. You don't talk much. And you make your children feel depressed. Because they always feel that they are not worthy. They are not beautiful as other people. They are not good as other people. And little by little, day by day, they feel depressed. And they suffer a lot. And when our children depressed, we also suffer. Now, if you have the children who doesn't have depression, be happy with that. And you're still lucky. And smile to your case, smile to your situation. And take good care of our children. Don't let our children fall in that situation. And if it's your case, if you have your children who has depressed, so we learn way to take care of our children in order that they can get out of this situation. They can transform the depression. So we can save more time, energy to care for them, to take good care of them. And they feel loved, they feel cared, they feel understood, and they feel happy. One of our suffering is when we feel that nobody can understand us. Our parents don't understand us. Our parents don't listen to us. So try to find time to listen to our children. Let our children share. Let our children communicate with us, with parents. And respect our children. We as our parents, we thought that we have a lot of experience. We have more experience than our children. It's true, we have more experience than our children. but sometimes we have to learn from our children. Many people say that my children are my teacher. Is it your case? Yes. I learned a lot from my niece. When I went home to visit my family, I lead my niece to go to the pagoda. And she asked me, come to bow to the Buddha. And we come to the Buddha and we join our balm. And we pray. And after that, I asked her, what did you pray? And she said that, I pray for everyone to be healthy, to be happy. The poor people become rich. The rich become richer. And was not stolen by the thief. And I asked her, you don't pray for your parents? You don't pray for your grandparents? And she said that parents and grandparents are included in everyone already. And it made me shocked. We discriminate, right? Our parents first, and then our parents, and then other people. But she prayed equally for everyone. Parents, grandparents are included in everyone already. And she only 6 or 7 years old at that time. As the eyes of parents, we always see that our children still young, don't know how to take care of themselves. No matter how old are they, no matter how successful they are in society. And we keep reminding them, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to wear the warm coat. And sometimes you make them unhappy. But still keep reminding. Even they have the children already. They know how to take care of children, but we keep remind our children. So we have to be aware of that. Sometimes we do something that unnecessary. We care too much, and we make our children are not happy. We keep calling and calling and calling and calling, and too much. And even they didn't pick up the phone because they know it is parents. So we took good care of our children, but at the same time, we offer them space. It is also the way we respect our children. We trust our children. Respect is the nature of love. We trust our children, even they are different from us. We trust our children, even they want to do something different from us. You want them to become a doctor, but they may not want to become a doctor. They want to become a business person. It's okay. Just respect them and make them happy, and they know what to do. Of course, the children have to do, as a parent, we have to take good care of our children, and also as a children, we have to take good care of our parents. Sometimes we just show our respect, our gratitude. We already made other people happy. our parents do something for us, and if we receive it with gratitude, we make them happy. And if we think that it is their task, they are not happy. I made a lot of poetry, and one day I collect all my poetry and put into a volume to make a volume to offer to my daddy as a birthday gift. I never offer him a gift on his birthday. In the countryside, we didn't have the habit to offer the birthday gift for our beloved one. But when I become a nun, I offer the present gift for the other sister, and I see that I didn't do that for my parents. So I collect all the poetry to offer to my parent, to my daddy. And when he received it, he was so happy. He was so happy. And the poetry, all in Vietnamese. And I just want to read you one. I just asked Sister Kit Nghiêm to translate for me yesterday in English. So I read it. That is the gratitude for Father. I'm grateful that you have together with Mother give birth to me and nurture me to maturity. I am grateful that you had together with Mother been the first teachers in my life. I am grateful, dear Father, for your skillfulness in giving your sympathetic and wholehearted encouraging words. I am grateful that you have shown me the beauty and wonders of life and given me the freedom of choice. I am grateful that you have understood me even though I choose not to speak. I am grateful that you have been present for me so that I can whisper your name in difficult moments. I am grateful that you have taken me to the temples, give me the opportunity to be in contact with the Dharma, the monks and the nuns. I am grateful for your humility, simplicity, faithfulness, diligence, courage, willingness to love, and endurance. I am grateful for your craftsmanship in making toys for me when I was young, and giving me a schedule to follow, helping me to be successful in what I do in my capacity. I am grateful that you have sacrificed your time and energy to teaching your children. I am grateful for the first reading exercises and literary writings that you have taught me. I am grateful that you cherish me and cherish everything that I do. I am grateful that you have transmitted to me faith and vitality. I am grateful that you have taken me to visit famous places, beautiful sceneries, and told me stories of ancient dynasty. Father, you did not go down in history, but you have gone down in my history. I'm grateful that you are my Father. I'm grateful and happy to have you in my life. Sometimes we had a difficult moment between of each other, and that difficult become too much, and we suffer. Sometimes we angry with each other, parents and children, and sometimes because the anger become hatred. And we don't want that person exist. We want to run away from our parents. We don't want to have anything to do with them because they cause us a lot of suffering. At the same time, and also the same, sometimes parents want to run away from children because they cause us a lot of suffering. But where do we run? Even we don't want them to exist. You want to run away from them, but still they are in us. Our parents are in us. Even we don't want, but they still in us. If they are not in us, why we suffer because of them? Because they are here, so it is why we suffer of them. So the best way we do is to go back to take care of our suffering and difficulty. We cannot run away. If we run forever. But the wound, the suffering, still there. So if you had the difficulty with your children, or children had the difficulty with parents, the best way is to go back to take care of our wound, to take care of our suffering. First of all, we all go back to our body, to enjoy our breathing, to relax our whole body, and to see where the wound accumulate on our body, where the suffering accumulate on our body. And slowly, slowly, we know how to take good care of our body. We suffer a lot because we don't have the capacity to stop. Our parents do something or say something, maybe 1 or 2 times, it's already happened in the past, but we keep remembering. So it's why we suffer, we cannot stop our thinking. But by the way to go back to our body, slowly, slowly, we can focus on our body and we can stop thinking. And we can heal our wound, we can heal our suffering and difficulty. If we don't know how to take care of ourselves, love can become hatred. So go back to take care of our emotion. Go back to take care of our anger. Go back to take care of our suffering by smile, by mindful breathing, by mindful step. Tomorrow you will listen more about the reconciliation given by Sister Chân Khong. And so I don't need to talk much about the reconciliation between parents and children. But I just want to share with you the gift that you would like to offer to your children is your happiness. Our teacher used to say that the most precious legacy, the most precious inheritance, the most precious gift you offer to your children is your own happiness. The children suffer so much when parents argue with each other. Children suffer too much when parents fight each other. Children suffer too much when parents divorced. So the most precious gift to offer to your children is your own happiness. So go back to take care of yourself, to nourish your joy and happiness, to heal the wound. I see that sometimes our parents argue with each other with very, very little thing. Like my mom, my father want the children wake up early. He trained us to wake up early. And my mom said that just let them sleep more. They don't sleep enough. So different point make them argue with each other. And after that we felt scaring. Wake up early or sleep more, it doesn't matter with us. But with our parents, they will argue with each other, and sometimes they fight each other because very little thing. I remember that when I came to my grandparents, and I like to climb up to the tree to pick up the fruit, and my grandfather didn't allow me to climb up because he afraid that I will fall down. But my grandmother support me to climb up because she know that I was happy when I climb up to the tree. But sometimes they argue with each other, allowed or not allowed, right or wrong. Sometimes it's not so important. The important is the harmony with each other. Wake up early or sleep more, it doesn't matter. It's not so important. But parents happy, we are more happy. Climb up to the tree or not, it's not so important. But the important is our grandparents happy with each other. So we have to practice let go of idea. Sometimes we think that our idea is the best, but we have to let go in order that we have the harmony in the family. Sometimes we have to sacrifice the best in order that we have the harmony in the family. And when we have the harmony, we have everything. When we lose harmony, we lose everything. So harmony is very important in in our family. So if parents are not happy, we go back to take care of ourselves, to offer our gift, to offer our children a beautiful gift. If because some reason you are divorced, so you can divorce in such a way that you don't become hatred with each other. You can be friends. It is a big healing for your children. We had one sister that their parents was divorced, but after that they become friends. And every time they come here, they also are together and they are happy as friends. And they made my sisters happy. So you don't need to nourish your hatred in yourself forever. You can transform. You can make the hatred become love. It is a legacy that you leave for your children. The children can learn from you. They learn a lot from you, and you transmit to them every moment, every minute. You don't need to wait until they grow up that you can transmit to them, give them your legacy or inheritance. When they grow up, they know how to earn money. They know how to earn their living. But they learn also a lot from you. The way you love each other, the way you behave each other. And they know how to behave with his wife, her husband, his children, her children. And they will do exactly the way you do. Sometimes we are not happy with our parents, and we say to ourselves that when we grow up, we will not do like that. But then when we grow up, we do exactly the way our mom do. We do exactly the way our father do. Because they transmit to our soul good quality and not good quality. So it is the same. You transmit to them your soul to them, and they will do exactly the way you have done. So please transform it, not only for you but for your children. When you transform, your children will transform. And it is a lot. So the best way is to learn how to take care of ourselves. We only offer to other people whatever we have. We cannot offer other people what we don't have. If we would like to offer other people joy, we have to create joy. We have to have joy. If we would like to offer other people peace, happiness, we have to have peace and happiness. If we don't have, how can we offer to other people? The willingness is not enough. We have to generate joy, generate happiness, generate peace, generate love, in order that we can offer to our children. and we also respect each other. In Vietnamese, we say that tương kính như tăng. We have to respect like we just see each other. You remember the moment when you just meet each other? You are so happy, you are very careful, you are very mindful, careful in your speech, careful in your action. But when you get married, and later on, you forget it. You forget the first moment when you meet each other. And you are not so careful anymore. And you start to say something, to do something to make other people unhappy. So we have to remember the moment when we just meet other. The first day when we love each other. Very fresh. Very beautiful. We would like to offer a beautiful thing to other people. We only would like to offer joy, happiness, love to others. If we just cause each other suffering, it's not the true love. The true love, you have to know how to bring joy and happiness to other people. Thầy is our teacher. Always keep the beginner mind very fresh. The lotus bloom every year. But he was so happy to see and to know the first lotus blooming every year. And he kept asking, do the lotus at Lâu Hàm Le bloom yet? And he made us eager to observe, to be really present, to see the lotus blooming. And to let him know, Thầy, today is the first lotus at Lâu Hàm Le bloom. And he so happy, and he made us happy. Even 30 years or more than 30 years. But still, he's still happy with the first lotus bloom. And he made us happy. So we have to remember the joy, happiness. Because your joy and happiness will inspire other people to be joyful and to be happy. In the true love, there is no room for pride. There is no room for hurt pride. Sometimes we feel hurt, we suffer, and we don't want to call for help. Without you, I can survive. But sometimes we have to ask for help. We open our hearts to ask for help. Dear beloved one, I suffer so much that I would like you to know this. Please help me. I remember that my nephew, he really wants to eat snack. He likes to eat yogurt and many things except the main meal. And one day he opened the fridge to take the yogurt, but his mother didn't allow him to eat. And she said that save it for other people. you didn't eat all. And then he was not so happy, and he didn't eat it. But my grandmother take it for him, allow him to eat. Just eat it, don't worry. But at that moment, he angry, so it's why he didn't want to eat it. And he said no. And my mom said that, why you don't eat? Before you want to eat and now you don't want to eat. And he said that because I don't like it. And my mom asked him to eat. And because he afraid that my mom will yell at him, so it's why he ate. But he was not happy at that moment. And wonder why my mom asked him to eat, why he was not so happy. And my mom told him that, don't be hurt pride. And that story stay in me forever. Thầy used to say that when you are angry with someone, offer that person a present. And when you offer to that person present, you will transform your anger. And you know, offer a present to the people with whom you are angry. It's easier than receive the gift from the person with whom we are angry with. Because when we are angry with that person, we don't want to have anything to do with that person, right? When they offer us present, we don't want to receive it. We feel hurt. If you observe your mind, you will see that you feel hurt, and we don't want to receive it. And the story between my mother and my nephew come up. Even we feel hurt, but we receive it and observe our mind to take care of our wound. And some people more skillful, they receive it and then they give it to other person because are polite. But deep down inside, we don't want to receive it. But we receive it just polite. But for me, I receive it to observe my wound, to take care of my wound. And slowly, slowly, I can heal the wound and keep the relationship open. If we don't want to receive it, it means that we close our relationship. But when we receive it, we keep when we receive the gift, we open the relationship. And when we had a good relationship, we are happy. The relationship, the good relationship, is the foundation of love and happiness. I would like to draw on the board how our mind works. So last week, Sister Từ Nghiêm already introduced you, but now some of you are new in the practice. So I would like to present it again so for you to understand. When we understand how our mind works, the practice becomes much easier. So simply, our mind have two parts. Upper part we call mind consciousness. And lower part we call store consciousness. And in store consciousness, it stores all the seeds. Beautiful seed, wholesome seed, like mindfulness, compassion, understanding, forgiveness. What else? Happiness, joy, peace, and also there are some unwholesome seeds like hatred, anger, disappointment. So all the seeds sleep here. And all the information we receive throughout our eyes, our ear, our nose, our tongue, and our body. All the information we receive from family, from school, from society, go here. And if it touches the wholesome seed, it manifests here. And it's become the happy face. Like it's water the joy and happiness, and you become joyful and become happy. For example, if you see someone you love, the joy here is water and make you happy. If you hear something that you didn't like it's water, maybe the anger here, and the anger manifests here. As an unhappy face, suffering face. So it depends on how we water the seed inside of us. And in case if the anger is water that you feel suffer, then you invite the mindfulness here to come up, to embrace it. And slowly, slowly, the anger will come down here. So it is the way we take care of ourselves. Sometimes we don't need to sit there to transform our suffering and difficulty. We just water the good seed inside of us. And if you water the good seed, this seed becomes stronger and becomes stronger and stronger. And there is no more space for the bad seed, for unwholesome seed. Like the garden, if you know how to plant the flower, we have the flower to enjoy. We don't need to spend too much time to weed. And if you leave the garden there empty, the weed will come up and we take too much time to weed. If we plant flower, you have the flower to enjoy. So it is the same with our mind. If we water the beautiful seed here, so we don't need to spend too much time to transform. It is not too much hard work to do. So it is the same with children. If you water the good seed inside of your children, the good seed inside of them will manifest. And when they do the good thing, they don't have time to do the bad thing. And if you yell at them, you say that don't do this, don't do that, but they don't know what to do. and they don't know how to consume their time. So it is why they continue to do it. But if you water the good seed inside of them, they continue to do it again and again and again. And it's become bigger and bigger and bigger, and no more space for this kind of seed. And this kind of seed will sleep. So it is a way that we take care of ourselves and take care of other people. And if we would like to take good care of other people, we have to know how to take care of ourselves. Always go back to ourselves to take good care of ourselves. Listen to ourselves. Listen to our suffering. Release the tension in ourselves. Generate joy and mindfulness to ourselves. So when you know how to do for yourself, you know how to do for your parents. You know how to do for your children. Your children will do exactly the way you do, because they are your continuation. They are your copy. So do something for your children. We had the chance. No matter how much suffering we are, we can transform it. And everyone have chance to begin anew. We come here as a spiritual family. And if you bring your children here, it is a very beautiful gift to offer to your children. And we come here, we become the children of the spiritual family. No matter how old you are, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 15 years, or 60 years, we are the children of the spiritual family. No matter you have the religion or not, no matter which religion you belong to, we come here as a spiritual family. We swim happily, joyfully, peacefully in the family, because everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be peaceful, want to be joyful and sufferless. And it is the path we walk on, and we walk together. We build up the spiritual family together, for our members have the second chance if we have the suffer in our family. And then we come here to live, to enjoy, and we learn way to go back to take care of our blood family. So I wish you enjoy this week happily, joyfully, peacefully, and learn to smile, to walk, and breathe. 3 things, only 3 things. And no matter suffering we are having, we can let go in order that we can enjoy in the spiritual family. We can happy, and we can do it right now and right here. It's not something that we learn. We come here to learn in order that we bring home to do it. If we cannot do it here, we cannot do it at home. So just do it here, then we know what to do when you go home. So wish you a happy stay. Enjoy your practice, and thank you very much for your listening.